Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm TKA Brew. We're going to be going over the top throwers to bring into Brawl Ball, and number 2 is probably going to surprise you, so stick around. Before we start ranking these brawlers, we really need to know what is a thrower. I'm going to give you a broad definition, which is going to include a few brawlers that you might not think are throwers. Throwers to me are someone that can do damage with their main attack over a wall or through a wall. So this will allow people like Jackie to jump in here and Mr.P to compete alongside Mike, Sprout, Tick, and Barley. So those are going to be my 6 brawlers, which I believe will be classified as throwers because their main attack can do damage over and through walls. Coming in at number 6, it's probably to no one's surprise, is Jackie, because Jackie, though she fits my definition of a thrower, that she can actually hit someone on the other side of the wall with her main attack, and it's not bouncing or curving around or doing anything funny. We're just going to put Jackie at number 6 because she doesn't classify as a normal thrower per se. She can't do a lot of damage further away than what at the wall is, like the rest of these brawlers on this list. So if you want to bring Jackie in as a thrower type, you definitely can. She definitely has a lot of good versatility inside of Brawl Ball with the ability to hit people through walls and defend your goals if there's a wall right in front of your goal, but not so good that she can control an area with her attack. Coming in at number 5, which is probably going to be the biggest shock to everyone, is actually, I'm going to put Dynamike at number 5. Though his main attack does do a fair amount of damage, it's not really good at controlling the game. Unlike Tick or Barley, who can then lay out an area where people don't want to cross, Dynamike is just an initial punch of damage or initial big explosion. But Dynamike can knock down walls, which is a bonus for him, but I don't think that's going to bump him a number above a number 5 on this list. Coming in and taking our number 4 slot is Tick. Tick is very good at controlling and making sure brawlers don't go in a certain area. But the only problem with Tick is how slow his mines throw and his ability to control a specific spot around him. It's a lot harder to control Tick when a close range brawler is coming at him. So he's not so good at defending himself, but he is good at controlling an area, and his super is very important for chasing people down, but it can be easily destroyed or countered, so it's not that great, but it can be used as a quick, sudden knock someone off the ball if they're coming too close to the goal, which is very good, but it still only puts him at number 4. Poor Sprout. Sprout used to be the pinnacle of OP, and we nerfed poor Sprout so far into the ground that Sprout is only an average to okay brawler. But Sprout does have definitely an advantage inside of Brawl Ball, and that's why Sprout's coming in at number 3. Sprout can block the goal with his super. The wall is just extremely good at controlling traffic, blocking goals, and allowing for your teammates to either respawn or come back for the play if they're falling behind. Sprout's main attack also bounces off walls, goes around things, can go over things, and bounces actually pretty far in terms of throwers' attacks, I guess you want to say. So Sprout's coming in at number 3 because he's just a very good all-around thrower. Okay, the number 2 spot. The spot you guys may be waiting from the start of the video, which I mentioned, or not. Maybe you're here to watch the whole thing, but number 2 is Mr.P. I can't give him the number 1 spot. As awesome as Mr.P is, I believe a true blue thrower should take the number 1 spot. So number 2 comes Mr.P. He can shoot straight, and when he hits a wall, it goes over the top. It does some extra damage to people hiding behind the wall. So you can't really hide from Mr.P whatsoever. It does a great amount of damage, splash damage, and his, well, I guess his super is kind of okay. Those little penguins are so annoying to deal with, but it definitely draws the attention away from other people. And then once there's one on the board, you automatically have a cool super shot that you won't even mind wasting or holding on to, because you can use it anytime you want, because you're just going to keep rebuilding a new one. So Mr. P comes in at number 2, just being so darn versatile in every single game mode. Mr. P. Coming in at number 1, if you haven't guessed it already, is Barley. Barley is just that one brawler that is extremely crucial to controlling flow of the game. Not only does his main attack stay on the ground for a while, it also does a fair amount of damage. Not to mention that his super can be concentrated into a smaller area to do more damage, or a fairly wide area to control a spot. Most people, as you noticed, don't want to really run through Barley's attack because they know they're going to be taking damage, and a lot of it if they're going to run through his super. He's very good with his gadget to slow people down, and his star power that heals himself means he can just continuously throw bottle after bottle with no care in the world, and he's very good at just laying back and controlling the game. So if you want a brawler to take into Brawl Ball, I would definitely suggest Barley for his versatility in everything that he does. Now I can already hear you possibly streaming in the comments about the order of how this went. But you must remember, this is my personal preference of how I like my throwers inside of Brawl Ball. And Barley for number 1 definitely takes a spot in my heart. Dynamike at number 5 might have been a bit harsh, but compared to the other throwers on the list, you know, it has to be a list of the 6, and he just ends up at number 5. I would love to hear where you would order all of these throwers on your list down in the comments below. And if you have ideas for future videos, you can also leave those in the comments down below. I hope you're doing very well, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.